Welcome back to our final module for Spacewar. Last bonus round. We spent a bit of effort on our win moment for this game, and we can just ask ourselves, like, why is that important to have a great win moment? It seems kind of self-obvious, self-evident, namely, hey, you won, so it should be awesome. You could argue our win moment could be even more awesome. There's things you could do. You could add a fireworks effect. You could start manipulating this thing called the camera inside of Ready, and you could zoom into the player that won or zoom into the player that lost who's on smoking fire. These are all things you can do to make it even more dramatic. So I encourage that kind of exploration. And beyond that, there's some things we just didn't do with this game that are more advanced, that are open to you. You may want to tint the life meters different colors so that it even more strongly correlates to player 1 and player 2. Then you could tint the controllers. So right now the controllers are both the same color, but you can begin to sort of match everything up. You can even tint the ships a little bit the same color. So, one is like tinted reddish, the other is tinted bluish, meaning life meter control pad ship. That just sort of begins to reinforce for the players just how the game functions. It just sends subliminal, I should say, cues as to what's going on. And then you can make the game like more dynamic by adding in some other elements to it, which now that you know how to use random numbers and spawn points and cloning and destruction of clones, I think you can figure this out on your own. You could start having debris spawn from either the spawn points or the top of the screen and just sort of come into the scene. Debris like asteroids, if you hit that, you might, lose some amount of life. Then you could flip it over and say, well, why don't I have power-ups coming in, right? Like things that float in that if you hit them will give you 1 life, right? So that could be really fun because it might create a dynamic where players are racing to the same power-up, which exposes them to getting shot. Then the debris is there to cause trouble, and you're trying to escape, and bam, or maybe you teleport to a corner randomly, and oh no, there's debris right there. Those are really good things to add to your game. It'll certainly create an even more, uh, I'm pretty sure, an even more awesome experience. And then lastly, there's absolutely no, like, we're depending on Ready right now to start the game, stop the game, restart the game. Ready has that kind of built in. It's the play button. Now, you could argue for a bunch of reasons, I want to have my own built into the game. That would be a more professional way to do it. It's a bit of work. And I may, in fact, build a module to describe this down the road. But in the meantime, if you're up for it, you could, at minimum, you could add a play again button to the win scene. And when you hit play again, it literally restarts the whole game. In order to do that, you'll need to sort of put the ships back in position. You'll need to reset the life meters to be charged up, which should then immediately unlock the missile firing. You'll need to respawn the controllers and turn off the rotation and the smoke on the guy that lost. All totally doable, and it's all kind of triggered by pressing a play again button. You can kind of see how to do it now, I imagine. And I encourage you to go ahead and try. And lastly, if you want to email us anything, questions, etc., we're always reachable at heygetreadyo at gmail.com, heygetreadyo at gmail.com. That's also on our website. Have fun building. Come back again soon for the next module, and see you the next time. Thank you.